Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. It's been a second, I know, I've been busy, but I've obtained Black Swan since we last, hung out, which has been like a week. Anyways, let's talk about Black Swan and why I obtained her. So she dropped in my shop literally like this morning, and I was like, hey, I've been waiting for her. And I, purchased her for 6k, and I put her in a deck that made the most sense, which is rocks. Now, that being said, I think the purchase was quite well worth it because she does discount all your one cost stuff on whenever you activate her, right? So that last turn could be really nice with Ozymandias. And like Techno-Organic Virus works with this, so like it's kind of nice. That being said, while this did help out the deck a bit, I did take out Magic, and overall my experience with Black Swan has been positive. I think she's a good addition. You place her down on a turn where you have the want and need for the next turn to be discounted, which is usually your last turn. So like if it's turn 5, you place her down with like Sandstorm and you set up your turn, right? If you have Mobius down, you can have a really nice turn where you play Black Swan, Sandstorm, and like a Techno-Organic Virus on another location. When I say last turn for her, like the latest you want to place her down is like turn 4, unless there's turn 7, and then you can place her down turn 5. But as long as you have her down before that like initial like last turn where like you're prepping your stuff, you're good to go because she's an activation, so she does take an initial turn to actually activate, which is really cool. It sets up, she pretty much sets you up 2 turns in advance for like a discounted turn, so it's super sick. So the deck is interesting. So I think the only thing I'm looking for to replace is Silver Sable. I'm looking for another 1-drop potentially to replace her with. You could unironically just say screw 1-drops and go with Storm. Unironically, you could do that. I think Storm would be a funny addition to this deck because as long as you get her to proc, you can just play Techno-Organic Virus on Storm after she procs, and you can just ramp her up too. Because the issue of Storm is that she's a 3 cost, 1 power. But she boosts everything in that location, kind of like a Techno-Organic Virus would. Plus she boosts your hand, which is kind of nice. It's just, something to think about if you don't want to play any 1-drops, because like, I don't really know like the best 1-drop in this deck. It doesn't feel like, there's a necessity for like a 1-drop in this deck that would be like omega nice. That would be something you'd want. Maybe like an Ebony Maul, I guess. It would be an easy 1-drop. You could technically just play Martyr as over Silver Sable. That'd be a really strong 1-drop. Like, I guess there's definitely 1-drops you could use. It just depends on like what you're trying to do. I use Silver Sable just because I think this art looks really cool. It's just personal preference, and also it does pair nicely with Selene, because then I'm actually stealing a total of 7 power instead of 5. So it's just a little extra like cherry on top with this a little bit more steel. So the deck is Silver Sable, Techno-Organic Virus. Techno-Organic Virus here is our main way to ramp up all our locations at once. Be careful though. You want to make sure that if you're going to use Selene as a game plan, that you make her proc first. She's a secondary game plan, not your primary. Sandstorm's here because we have the ability to make our rocks cost 1 on that last turn with the activation of Black Swan, which is in this deck. Black Swan makes Techno-Organic Virus and your rocks that you pull with Sandstorm cost 0 on that turn you want to play them on, which is really nice. It actually does make quite a bit of difference. Rhino is here because he just fits in a rock deck. He's easy to Techno-Organic Virus because he also spawns a rock next to him. It just kind of works. It's a good 2-drop. Mobius is here because we like discounted stuff, and this does just kind of work with Techno-Organic Virus and also counteracts anything that might make our cost increase while countering whatever they're doing as well. If they don't have Mobius, they can't discount their stuff. So he's kind of strong right now. We have this for rock protections if we're going against Destroy. That way they can't Killmonger our stuff. As long as we have priority, we can place this before they play the Killmonger. Luna here is because it's easy ramp. Also, Techno-Organic Virus is nice with the Ice Cube. It makes it kind of nice. Debrii is here because she's like the best 3-drop when it comes to rocks. She's a really strong 3-drop at being 3-8. Super strong. Selene is here just because stealing is actually kind of crazy, especially if you set her up properly. She can steal her power and then gain. It's a 10 power swap essentially, so it's really strong. Cosmic Ghost Rider's here to counter anything that we might need to deal with that is tech based, depending on what it is. It just depends on the deck. This will be placed depending on like if you actually need to counter something. And then of course Ozymandias, which is our rock booster, and giving +3 to your rocks on top of like the Techno-Organic Virus buffing is kind of crazy. Pretty nice numbers. Overall, I do think the deck's pretty solid. It's not perfect. Once again, I think the only thing I would actually maybe change is my 1-drop. I think if you change your 1-drop to something else, depending on what it is, you might have a slightly better time. Not saying that Silver Sable's bad. She's fine, she works. But you could do something a little bit bigger and get a little bit more value in the end. Because if you Techno-Organic Virus Martyr, you're not going to be mad about it. Her win condition doesn't matter. It's her power, right? So, yeah, overall, I like this deck. It seems pretty good. Especially in this meta where the game is to go big, right? A lot of weird decks are going around right now, and this deck can answer quite a bit of them. So, overall, pretty solid. Pretty solid. I think Selene is a good addition to the deck too. Very underrated card. I think she's very underrated. But I get why. She's a little tricky to proc, but I do think the 10 power swing is kind of crazy. Take 5, gain 5. It's a big swing. It really is. So yeah. Go ahead and enjoy the games. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know in the comments below if I should swap out anything, and if I swap out anything, what am I looking for? Let me know in the comments below. Peace.
Escaped. Opponent snapped. Escape.